You are listening to WTUZ Radio Podcast. This is Rhonda with WTUZ Radio Podcast. Ciao. I have to start this out. Whew. Go head on with the foolishness, okay? Now, everybody know that knows me, know what I really want to say. But since this is the podcast, I try to keep it a lot more cleaner. It just seems like the universe is just going to keep putting before the Black/melanated community these issues with having children, selecting a mate, family values, etc., etc. Ciao. So last week it was Dr. Dre. Gave my opinion on that. I still stand firm. He's a piece of shit. It is what it is. Just because you have a bag does not make you a good mate. What are your values? How do you move with your family? What headspace are you in? Do you believe in creating a healthy family legacy? Do you believe in generational wealth? Now, I'm minding my business, chilling. And then Mr. Nickelodeon Cannon had the audacity to give his explanation on his 7 children with different women. Ciao. Let me go on into, Let me bring up the little sound bite, just a little bit of his interview from The Breakfast Club. Now, I do have to admit, I didn't listen to the entire thing. It was only so much that I could stomach because I don't play with these fake woke dudes. I can't stomach it, okay? So I will put that out in full disclosure. The foolery parts that I did here, I just really can't. So hold on a second. Let me get this technology together, honey. So, ciao, y'all can hear this sound bite. Here we go.
Nick Cannon is setting the record straight about his family. The Masked Singer host opened up about having 7 children with 4 different women during an interview with the Breakfast Club radio show on August 9th.
Why do people question that? I mean, because that's a Eurocentric concept when you think about the ideas of you're supposed to have this one person for the rest of your life, and really that's just a classified property when you think about it.
Nick has previously been candid about his kids and revealed during an interview with the rap duo City Girls in July 2021 that none of his kids were an accident. He seemed to double down on his stance in his recent interview too, claiming he just doesn't go along with what some might consider traditional beliefs.
I get into it because I don't, those are the concepts that a lot of people, because we're so indoctrinated into it, we have to have it this way. I'm not, I don't subscribe to that. I actually think women are blessing us. Those women and all women are the ones that open themselves up to say, I would like to allow this man in my world and I will birth this child. Mm-hmm. So it ain't my decision. I'm following suit.
The Wild 'N Out star went on to explain his thought process on the whole thing.
The idea that a man should have one woman, we shouldn't have anything. I have no ownership over this person. Like, if we're really talking about how we coexist and how we populate, it's about what exchange can we create together. So I've never really subscribed to that mentality. You know what I mean? I understand the institution of marriage and stuff, but if we go back to what that was about, that was the classified property. That was because a father gave another man his daughter for land. So when you really get to that concept, it's like, all right, well, we got to change all of this up because I don't want ownership over anybody. I don't have ownership of any of the mothers or like we create families in that sense of we created a beautiful entities.
Nick has welcomed 4 kids in less than a year. His rumored girlfriend Alyssa Scott gave birth to a baby boy named Zen in July, and he is now dad to twin sons Zion and Zillion with DJ Abby De La Rosa, who were born in June. Nick also shares 6-month-old daughter Power and 4-year-old son Golden with model Brittany Bell, and 10-year-old twins Moroccan and Monroe with ex-wife Mariah Carey. He told The Breakfast Club that the women in his life know his story.
Every woman that I deal with or dealt with, obviously, my life is on Front Street at all times. They know how I feel, and it usually is a concept. Like I'm not going around like who I'm gonna impregnate next. Like nah, it's usually scenarios and like that's the thing. People say certain things in the public, but when you really look at how a family infrastructure is designed, the woman is the one that always leads and makes the decision.
I agree wholeheartedly.
All right, child, just wait a minute. Because, Nick, you're lying. Don't be trying to sit up here and act like all of them women. Now, I can't speak for all of them, and I definitely wasn't behind closed doors with y'all. But if I remember correctly, wasn't one of the ladies you was kicking it with for a few little years when y'all were actually trying to plan a child together? And she had fertility problems, and she thinking y'all all booed up and in love, only to find out publicly you got somebody else pregnant. So now help me to understand how they all knew how you roll. See, it's the fake woke for me, y'all. Several things is wrong with Nick's logic. First of all, the fact that you want to play like, oh, they all know about each other. Okay, well, maybe the other 3 baby mama knew, but you sure left that one broad in the dark. So that tells me you weren't moving as honestly as you claim. Now, maybe you switched it up after old girl went public and busted you out for doing what you did. Second of all, let's get on this whole ideology that you're bringing up with the fake wokeness. Boo. You think you finna sit up here and convince me that what you just spewed on the Breakfast Club, did you tell Mariah all that bullshit? I can guarantee you that you did not. I can guarantee you did not. Because she would not have anything to do with you with that foolishness. Oh, it ain't my decision. What? You think because you have a bag that is supposed to exempt you for trifling behavior? Not really being serious about who you pass your legacy to. That just tells me all I need to know about you. Now, yeah, the women that's allowing themselves to be a garbage disposal, shame on them. Because if you are honest like you claim you are, shame on them. I'm scratching for them. I wouldn't put my body through that just because you got a little bit of change. But we're going to put that aside, being nasty and trifling. We're going to put that all to the side. You're not fencing to convince me that you ran that same bullshit ass fake wokeness. Let's build a nation. My queen ass line that you got from the fake woke community, because you done picked up a few books on Mariah. No, you ain't finna run that shit past no grown-ass woman, because you're gonna get your throat cut, first of all. And you ain't gonna make it past first date, first whatever. So let's start with that. It's the fake woke for me. Because you, sir, are no different than anybody else that y'all want to turn your nose down to, the dudes in the quote hood that runs around having a bunch of children. You're no different. I don't give a damn because you got a bag. Because if I remember correctly, sir, didn't you just have to beg a certain community, sir, to continue your bag? If I remember correctly. That was maybe 2 years ago, and maybe had it even been last year. Your bag had got shut all the way down. So that means you don't really control your wealth. Let me back that up for the slow ones in the back. Ladies, I want you to pay very close attention. This is the mess I be talking about chasing behind a bag. You have to really know what you're doing, know who you're dealing with, know their mentality. What are their values? So here we have a man, a melanated man, running around saying, oh, you know, it's on the woman, this, that, and the third. It's their choice, which I'm not going to lie on that. He's absolutely right. The women hold great responsibility. I personally don't get why you want community peen. You want community peen to procreate with. I don't understand that. You're chasing a bag for sure. But a man with that type of mentality, you don't care who you impregnate. You don't care about your legacy. Therefore, you have a messed up mentality. Because when you don't care who you procreate with, you don't care about your legacy, that tells me that you ain't trying to plan generational wealth. None of that. And it's unacceptable. It's a dangerous message to be spread to melanated young girls and boys. It's embarrassing. And I dare you. Just because you got some change, that you just had to beg a certain community to keep that change going. That you are still in talks to get intellectual property back for something that you totally created. That you're not even really getting paid off of like you should be getting paid off of. So that tells me your said bag, sir, can be taken away very quickly. And you're trying to convince whom that your behavior, your lack of discipline, your lack of planning is acceptable? You're so woke, you're so conscious, you're so for the people. Sir, don't the melanated people have problems, huge, serious problems with family structure. You're trying to convince us that this is okay? No, it's not acceptable, Nick. We see you for who you really are. It is not acceptable for melanated men to keep spewing this toxic bullshit, because that's exactly what it is. And the formula over and over and over keeps playing out. Melanated man has a bunch of children with money. Flash forward 20 years down the line, either the bag starts to run low or something happens to that melanated man where let's say he's deceased, and said children are left scrambling. Because no thought, I am just thoroughly disgusted, no thought is going into bringing children into the world. So you're trying to convince whom, sir, that it's harder to have a relationship than it is to raise a child? Because last time I checked, you can divorce somebody real quick. You can end a relationship real quick. Yeah, this ain't working, I know. Deuces. But baby, that child is for life. And this is the mentality that we don't have as a collective in the melanated community. That these children are the responsibility of both parents for life. You brought them here. So if this is a lifetime responsibility and you just going around dropping your seed, explain to me how you're going to be a fit parent. Again, this is unacceptable behavior. I don't give a damn how big your bag is, any of that. It's not healthy. These children deserve better. And I'm holding both parties accountable. Let's be clear. Just because I done went in on Nick Cannon's fake woke ass, that some of us had to just go to bat for your narrow ass just 2 years ago to keep your said bag going. I'm holding the women equally responsible. He is no different than the dudes in the hood that folks want to criticize with a bunch of children running around. He's no different. And that's whether or not he has a bag based on his unconventional activities. Y'all know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. Or he don't have the bag. It's the same exact mentality, and it's unacceptable. Women, where are your standards? He shouldn't even be able to take you to have a cup of coffee. You got what, huh? Oh, no, we good, blood. No, okay. All right, sweet pea, go on. You have a nice little life, okay? Where are your standards? You are trying to collect a bag, and it is a temporary bag. Bags like that do not last. Because of the mentality of the man, they do not care about their legacy. They do not care, or they're unable to get the concept of generational wealth. And without those attributes, without those values, women, your children will suffer. That's just on the financial side. We ain't even got on their mental health side. We ain't even got on that side of the coin yet. With the favoritism. How are you getting along with all them baby mamas? How is he splitting up his time? This is unacceptable. I'm not buying it. I'm not upholding it. And this is why I said the hell with the fake conscious community. It is nothing but for people to run for their bad, derelict, low-level behavior. So go ahead on now, Nick Cannon, with that foolishness. We see you for who you are. I'm not the one, I'm not the two, I'm not the three. You're no different than any man in the hood that would be criticized for the same exact thing that you're doing. You are community peen. It is what it is. And the same with the baby moms. You chasing the bag because you cannot possibly be serious, boo. That's who you select for your baby daddy. It's unacceptable behavior. So, child, I'm finna get on up off of here. Honey, I guess they just gonna come out every week with some fresh new foolishness. And maybe this is what needs to happen. Because, we didn't ask for their business. Their business is being brought to the public. And maybe this is what needs to happen. So in the melanated community, we can see Front Street how foolish this all is, how sick it all is, how selfish it all is. And it is the reason the melanated community does not have healthy families and are able to build. So, y'all, it is what it is. This is Rhonda with WTUZ Radio Podcast. Peace and love, family.